Good morning, everyone. This is Ryan Enter with your Wednesday, December 11th morning commentary. We're going to start off with a weather map as we normally do. This time what we're going to do is show a change from yesterday to today. This is the morning 9 to 12 day snow map. What we're showing here for the plains is actually no snow. And why we want to point this out is because yesterday, this 9 to 12 day snow map had 20-inch totals for a good section of Texas and going into Oklahoma and a little bit of Kansas as well, with 20-inch totals mainly staying in Texas. But what we want to point out with this map here is that entire snow system has been removed from the maps here this morning. That snow system may have provided a little bit of support to cattle. We'll get back to cattle later. But that snow may have supported cattle yesterday, but we see this morning the entire snow system has been removed. Now let's flip over, take a very quick look at yesterday's December crop report. We see that corn and beans had no carryout change whatsoever. The wheat was the only market to see any change at all. That was a 40 million bushel decline down to 974. Also on what we don't have listed here, but global numbers left largely about the same. So very little changes anywhere to be seen on yesterday's report. Now let's flip over to a market we don't really talk about that often. What we were looking at here is the palm oil market. Obviously, by looking at this chart without even knowing much about palm oil off the top of our heads, we can see that this is on an incredible rally, and we want to mention the palm oil market because this much of a rally has had an influence on bean oil. It usually takes one heck of a move for the palm oil to influence the bean oil, but again, look at this chart, and we can see that it has been here over the last couple weeks. So it's a chart that we will want to check every once in a while to see if we can expect additional bean oil support to spill over from this market. Of course, we mentioned the bean oil because enough bean oil support also could mean some support for the soybean market as well. Let's spend a little bit of extra time on the cattle here this week. Let's look at the fundamentals as they're shaping up for cattle so far. Basically, everything for this week not looking on the positive side. We have a 14,500 higher show list. Funds were reported sellers for the first time last week. Box beef continues or is resuming a downtrend. It had been going on a downtrend for a couple of weeks, took a week off, and is now resuming that trend here throughout this week. And packer profits due to that lower box beef are now near 7-month lows. And look at this chart below, all those fundamentals that we're talking about. This is the packer profits chart. With all those down-pointing fundamentals for this week, really nothing positive to find. All you can say is that maybe packers would pay up anyway. But again, that's why we bring this packer profit sheet, the chart up here to show you that they've already been digging in the profits pretty heavily over, what we see here over 2-3 months, and especially just in the last 2-3 weeks. So we did get a 118 Kansas trade already on yesterday. That is $1 lower, and that is what you'd expect from all the fundamentals we're seeing here and the lower packer profitability. So now we'll see what we get. That was a Tuesday early bid. Sellers already handed that 118 to packers. Not the brightest sign for cash this week. We'll see if packers maintain that 118 bid through today, or if we actually end up seeing them pull it back to a 117 either today or tomorrow.